So today is day 20 on my incubator and my eggs are supposed to be hatching tomorrow. I have them on lockdown since yesterday and my chickens are looking pretty good. This last week we all got really sick and I ended up getting so sick I couldn't get out of bed on the day that I was supposed to take my eggs out of the turner and put them on the flat. I didn't really get out of bed like the entire day. So the next morning I woke up, I had remembered that, oh crap, last night I was supposed to take the eggs out of the rotator. So that morning I took the eggs out of the rotator, I put them on the flat, and I wished for the best. I was really worried that I screwed up my first batch of incubated eggs. I wasn't supposed to have these eggs hatched until tomorrow, but do you hear that peeping? I'm hoping I get a really good hatch rate. You never know, this is my first time incubating eggs ever. I have raised chickens a couple of times before, but this is my first time going from fertile egg to baby chick to teenage chick to egg layer to dinner. But this is my very first time. We shall see, so let's go and check out and see how they're doing. Alright, so I moved some of the babies that I just hatched out of the incubator here into the brooder with the other chicks that I had gotten from Tractor Supply. Found information online that told me that the chickens, once they hatch, that they can only last in the incubator for 24 to 48 hours. That basically once they're dry and fluffy, that they need to get out and get food and water. Some of these chickens hatched day before yesterday, and I didn't want them sitting in there starving, and I just didn't want them to die in there because not all of my eggs have hatched, and the ones that I did get to hatch, I definitely didn't want to lose them. So I'm hoping that the eggs that are left in the incubator end up hatching and making it. Time's gonna tell. And if I get some more birds, then awesome, and if I don't, well then I got a 30% hatch rate out of my Myers hatchery chicken eggs. So that's not too bad, but I was hoping for something more along the lines of 80%, but it being my first hatching, I'm happy that I got any birds at all, so it's pretty cool, pretty exciting. I'll come out here and film them tomorrow morning when the sun's out, and then we can actually see some of their colors instead of just what the red light's producing. And they're thriving. They're walking around. My hatched eggs are looking like they're doing good, so we'll have to check on them again tomorrow and see where everybody's at. Alright, so it's morning time, and we're gonna check out and see how these chicks have done over the night. I just got done giving them their food and water, and they look like they're doing really good. You can see the bigger Tractor Supply chicks. It looks like those two want to fight. Maybe not. I wonder if he's a cockerel. These other birds that I have in this brooding box with them, the bigger ones that I got from Tractor Supply, I think it's almost time that I move them to this other section that we made for their 4 to 8 week life. Then I'm just gonna get them out of here so that way they're not gonna be harassing the babies so much. You can definitely tell that the babies are sticking to themselves, and the bigger ones are pretty much sticking to themselves as well. But when they do interact, the big ones they either ignore them or they kind of pick on them. And I feel bad for the babies, so I'm gonna make sure to give them a bit more room. Ooh. Alright, so we checked the calendar, and the Tractor Supply chicks that we moved over here are actually 3 weeks old, and they're gonna be 4 weeks old here, so like 3 weeks in a couple days. They're gonna be 4 weeks old here in a few days, so I just said, you know what, just move them over here. They'll be comfortable in their own spot, and these guys will be a little bit more comfortable as well and not be getting attacked. So I'd just rather make sure that all the work and time and effort that I put into these birds to get them here, they just don't get pecked off by the older birds since they're starting to get a little bit more feisty. So these guys are good. I got 10 new babies out of the eggs from the incubator. They've got some fresh food and water already for the day. They're gonna go ahead and start growing. And these guys, they're doing pretty well over here. So at 3 weeks old, you can see that the bird is starting to lose its baby fluff. It still has a lot of it, but it's losing the baby fluff and it's getting more feathers. I know, relax. It's pretty neat. And here shortly they're gonna go from looking like such a sweet little cute bird to like, I don't know, a pterodactyl, some sort of dinosaur. They get kind of funky looking in that teenage stage like most people. I think it's true for all animals, but maybe not puppies. Everything looks good? These guys look good? and we'll check on them later.